Hail Internet, it's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. Today, we're talking about Episode 9 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 on Paramount+, the episode entitled The Terrarium. We open with Ortegas sent in a shuttlecraft to investigate a gravitational anomaly. Seems to have a Bermuda Triangle-style reputation. A wormhole suddenly appears. Ortegas' shuttle is pulled in, and it crash lands on a desolate moon, which is also inhabited by a crashed pilot Gorn. We end with Ortegas hugging Uhura. She is sad about the loss of her friend, the Gorn, who was gunned down by Lan. And we see Ortegas has kept the game piece from the Gorn's board game as a memento. All that said, Paul.
Yes.
What'd you think of Episode 9?
I thought it was good. Yeah, it was fine. I like Melissa Navia, who plays Erica Ortegas. But the thing that did trouble me sometimes is how gung-ho she was about war. Especially when, she was like, Klingons, she has a big problem with, and also she can be.
So you're talking about in previous episodes, in other words.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I gotcha.
And I think her previous problem was, again, with not being trustworthy of other beings being, so that's when she was like, I'm going to take this into my own hands and disobey orders because of this. So I think she needed to be stuck, maybe like the Defiant Ones.
Yeah, I think the premise on this episode is a good one. I've got some issues which we'll talk about, but
yes. So I like that for Erica Ortegas, and I like that it focused on her. So I like this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think it borrows heavily from Enemy Mine, obviously.
Yes, of course.
A little bit of The Martian and Castaway. Sure. When she says, like, I have made water, it kind of reminded me of the I have made fire.
Interesting.
And, of course, the TNG episode Darmok, right? Shaka when the walls fell.
Sure.
Kind of. And it obviously serves as a prequel to the original series Gorn episode Arena. The Enemy Mine premise is solid, especially in a Star Trek framework, which aspires to this idea of diplomacy with alien cultures as opposed to warfare.
Sure.
And the relationship arc, I think, between Ortegas and the Gorn pilot is engaging. So on that level, I think the episode does work. There are some aspects of this episode that annoyed me. First, I feel like the ending felt very rushed. I checked, and from the moment Lan shoots the Gorn to Ortegas' reaction, to the Metron conversation, to Ortegas back on the ship, reuniting with Uhura and dealing with her grief, that takes like 4.5 minutes. I mean, it's like, whoop! I felt like they need a little more time to breathe. I mean,
sure.
She gives a line about Lan killing her friend. She says, I don't know what to do with that. I think is what she ends up saying about Lan. Lan's my friend. This Gorn was my friend. I don't know what to do with that. But I think we should see that. Like, maybe that's a next episode thing. Maybe not. But we should see Ortegas and Lan coming to terms with the fact that Lan just murdered Ortegas' savior, essentially. I mean, it's weird that they set up a very, what I would consider to be a compelling scene, and then just didn't pay it off.
Yeah.
Did you just run out of time? What? That seems like a pretty important moment there. Anyway, so that was kind of an odd. It just felt rushed.
I wonder what. I'm kind of not clear on why that character needed to die.
Maybe it's the idea of like, well, you humans need more time, so we'll address this later with Kirk. So goodbye.
Okay. If it was like, and we saved them.
You guys are all great.
You're all great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, hey, I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah.
You guys are perfect. Awesome. Never mind. We're gonna go get some Klingons.
And thought about it. It's funny. Yeah, I forgot about that aspect of it.
Yeah. So the second thing that kind of annoyed me is this lack of crew discipline, and we credited a few episodes ago that Una was punishing Ortegas for insubordination.
Yes.
Basically, Ortegas lies basically to Una to get in, and okay, hey, and Una tells her this can't happen again. But then here, Uhura willfully breaks Starfleet regulations, lies to the captain, straight to the captain's face.
Yep.
And there's no ramifications for it.
No.
Pike waves it off. I was like, yep, I would have done the same thing. And you're like, would you? Like, there should be a consequence. I'm just, like, okay, I chose to risk the lives of the crew and this planet of people needing a vaccine in order to save my friend. Okay. The benefit, I saved my friend. The cost should be something like, I don't know, I'm dishonorably discharged. 100,000 people died from a preventable disease. Like, it's as though the show is telling us Uhura made the right decision, and I don't think she did. I think the risks were insanely high until they magically weren't. And I was like, oh, hey, see, it's fine. Like, so, like, the show is almost like, obviously, a right-thinking, moral person would do what Uhura did. And I'm like, I don't think I agree with that at all.
You don't think one of the things they're saying is, Una, hard ass. Pike, softy.
Yeah, they're definitely doing that. They're definitely, you're right. Because Una even has a few lines which suggest that if she was in charge, she might have been like, hey, look, the odds are too high or something like that. She's so yes, I think they are suggesting that Pike is more like lax on rules than Una is, but still, there should be consequences. That's all. And it'd be fine if Uhura is willing to embrace those consequences. Okay, you're right. You punished me, but I did what I thought I needed to do to save my friend. Okay, that's an interesting character choice.
Yeah, and if I'm gonna, because I'm embarrassed of myself not realizing that the death of that alien was important to the story. Did you need to have this bit of she's fudging the numbers? Was that important?
Yeah.
Did that need to be a part of the episode?
It did not. It's a great point.
Why do they need to do that? Why do they need to set it up like the crew testing the you better do what I think is right. It's weird. It's like, you're right, it's maybe Una needs to confront Pike about that.
Yeah, maybe that's what's coming in the last episode. I don't know, but there should be a scene between Lon and Ortegas addressing what just happened here at the end of the episode, and there should be maybe a scene between Una and Pike, and maybe there will be. Maybe we'll get that. The third thing that annoyed me a bit about this was, and I know that the show is trying to emulate the marooned protagonists talking to themselves, like Castaway
or Martian.
At least in The Martian, the idea was he was giving a lot of times log entries.
Oh, sure.
He was recording, and they even started that in this episode. Giving a log entry, and then they broke the log. So it's so she's literally just talking to herself. And then, which is fine when she's saying things like, "Oh no, the rations" or whatever. But there were some exposition dumps that just felt like lazy writing, and I've got two examples here.
All right.
Okay, so these are, in my opinion, the two, okay, surely you could show us some of this without just having her talk to the air. She says, and she's even drawing on the ground. Gas giants here, moon here. The orbit's not circular, it's a flat ellipse, but the perigee's way too close, which means the moon's orbit cuts right through the planet's thermosphere, through that toxic soup, and it brings it right down here to me. Which means I've got a few hours to find a snack and get back to the shuttle. Like, what? What? Okay. Wow, thank you, Ortegas. It's as though you realized you were being watched on a show, and you let us know what was happening. The other one was, that's a Gorn comms array. I could use that. Once I figure out how to fix this comms array, I'll be able to signal our surveillance buoy and hopefully hail the Enterprise on the other side of the wormhole. Okay. Yes, you're right. That's exactly what you could do. I'm so glad you spelled it out. Again, to the air. But okay. But yeah. So that was just like, okay, maybe a little more show, not tell, I guess. Some I get it. There's a little dance you got to do when there's only one person in the room, but they could have done better with that, I think.
Okay.
I was kind of rolling my eyes. It was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I ever watch this again, I'll think about that. You know, I don't know. Maybe I talk more to myself than you.
I do talk to myself. It's true. I talk myself through projects sometimes, but anyway, it just felt very convenient. How do we get this information across that it's a gas giant, and as she goes through the flat ellipse, it'll like, okay. Thank you. Now, what do you think? So the Metron shows up and says like, "Hey, you're not ready," or whatever. But there's this interesting quote that I was like, "What does that mean?" So the Metron says, "You're not ready to meet us.
Oh,
you won't remember me." So they're going to wipe the memory of meeting the Metron.
Right.
And then this line, "And perhaps someday we may need to reset your perception of the Gorn as well." What the hell does that mean?
You don't think that means, hey, you've never met the Gorn?
Yeah, right. But like, is that specifically at Ortegas, or or is the Metron saying to all humanity?
I think so.
Okay, it's in all humanity. Okay. Talk about a convenient line. There we go. Plot hole fixed.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was reading it as something.
And
with
maybe
Ortegas.
we'll also change your science officer's memory of his family. Maybe we'll also do that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That you're absolutely right. I was thinking. I was wondering if maybe they were suggesting that somewhere down the line they would alter Ortegas's perception of the Gorn in some way. Well, I guess they would. They would make her forget the Gorn. But if she forgot the Gorn, then she'd forget this experience, which she specifically said, "Will I remember this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're going to remember this." So I don't know how you remember this event and not maybe you don't realize it was a Gorn. I don't know. Anyway, so that was also a little like, okay, you know, wave away things with a line.
Maybe if they'd done it more like the Oracle in the Matrix, like, you won't remember any of this crap, and here's a cookie.
Yeah, great. Yeah, eat this cookie. You'll forget it in moments. As the episode ended and we get the Metron saying, "You're not ready," we'll revisit this later. It occurred to me, so yes, in this particular experiment, Lon, a third party, ended the experiment by killing the Gorn. But if you take the purpose of the experiment, can two enemy barbaric species cooperate to survive?
Yes.
Ortegas and Gorn seem to do way better than Kirk and Gorn.
Oh, sure.
Right? For Kirk and Gorn, there was no thought other than combat. And the act that impressed the Metrons was when Kirk severely injured the Gorn but didn't finish it off. That seems like you passed with a D. You're like, all right, C-, like, as opposed to we met. We were antagonistic at first. We got past it pretty quickly, and then we actually worked together to survive. I feel like Ortegas and Gorn probably get like what, a B+, A- until Lon shows up, which is not in the original experiment, and it does something terrible. So I'm just like feels like the experiment got passed better back in the day than it did with Kirk and Gorn. But
maybe so, or maybe what they should The message should be like, maybe you should have your women be in charge.
I mean, that's certainly on the table there. I mean, and how many times did the Metrons pull off this experiment? It also suggests they've been trying this. So there were almost certainly other experiments. I mean, right? I mean, they think these Metrons have been around forever. I almost feel like, is it specifically the humans and Gorn? I doubt it, right? So I don't know. I just like, what if we had a planet with a Minotaur and a Sasquatch. Let's see what happens. Well, Sasquatch, you're not ready. I'm sorry, but we'll keep trying. Anyway, it's pretty fun to watch you fight a Minotaur, so we'll try again.
I should rewatch it, but there wasn't, at the end of it, like, Kirk, you aren't going to remember to let him keep that victory.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember. Yeah, that's a good point. I could go back and watch how that occurred. I mean, I kind of also seem to remember that episode began with, like, the Gorn are doing terrible things, and they were trying to confront the Gorn anyway, and then it was like, oh, you know what? If you guys are going to have to fight, let's put the two of you on this planet and see what happens, kind of thing.
Okay.
The Metrons, they're essentially omniscient and omnipotent, so, again, good premise. The central relationship, I think, worked.
Yeah.
Ortegas and Gorn. So that's a big part of this episode.
Sure.
But there were these trappings around the episode that I felt like really weighed it down. And yeah, as you say, the Uhura, blatantly breaking all these protocols. Just like, was it needed? I mean, they could have just been coming up with ideas, and they're not working. And they're like, okay, we'll try something else, and then something works. And they're like, hey, not like, no, let's just put her in the spot of, she's going to go 58%. I mean, 61.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Wow, that's interesting character choice. Unless, is that, please have some weight. Please have that come up again and not just be like, and we never talk about it again. Like,
Yeah.
So
it's not. It's like you think this is her first time on a ship or something,
right?
It's like,
right.
It's like, oh, I guess Pike. Yeah. So I agree. You're right.
Let's see. Well, maybe this final episode is going to have some consequences from these various actions. All come to some kind of a conclusion with the end of the season. So we will be back talking about the season 3 finale of Strange New Worlds, and we're also, of course, talking about Alien Earth.
We are.
So come back for all of that. Thank you, as always, Paul. Appreciate it, good sir.
No problem.
And we'll talk to everybody next time. Bye.